Hi there, my name's John Ellison from Logical Tech, and we're talking about Field Tracker. I've got Carl Bennett, who's our Mobile Field Force Applications Manager, and works with the team on designing and supporting Field Force applications throughout Australia. Well, Carl, one of the key questions for any organisation looking at these mobile solutions is increased efficiency and productivity. How do you get the best result in a day in relation to time in particular? So how do these tools for Field Force staff really save time?
Yeah, that's an interesting question and an important one, because obviously the motivation here is to get the best possible use out of a day's time for a person in the field. Part of that can be done by the planning back before you leave on the office, so that you've selected the set of sites that you need to visit, and you've planned the tasks and things you wish to perform at them. So one end of the scale is that it's pre-planned to the nth degree, and the app simply presents that and the person uses that and completes the task. That's one side of the equation, and that can make great efficiencies just doing that.
What about those organisations where they're going out to fix power poles or lines or inspect gas meters or need to do something on site, so they're more unscheduled? Does it sort of help with time in those as well, and if so, how?
Yes, John. In fact, we have applications already with clients at the moment that use a combination of both, because that's life. You get both your planned tasks and your unplanned tasks, so that the application is able to present to them the series of tasks they need to perform at this particular site, but equally there's a list of things that they could do that they're not obliged to, that may need to be done based on circumstances, so that when you're there on site, that's when you can tell what needs to be done, because you're the person out in the field. So you need to be able to capture those tasks, not say, oh gosh, the app doesn't handle that now, I'm in trouble, what do? Go write it on paper? No, you need to make sure that your app is actually built to handle both scheduled and unscheduled tasks. Things happen out in the field, we know that.
Great, okay. And for most assets that these organisations, whether they be water utilities or gas and power and so on, have assets that they need to schedule the maintenance for. So what about back at the office and scheduling and making sure that the time is most efficiently invested at the right time in looking after those assets? How does the solution, the Field Tracker solution, address that?
Part of that is done by having an intelligent back-end process that allows the supervisor and management staff to actually look at the set of sites you need to visit, the tasks that you need to perform at them, take into account travel times, time for each of the tasks, and put together a plan of action which encompasses what they think is the best effort for a day. Uh-huh. And you push that out to the app, and you have the app do that. But as you and I know, John, is that reality is always something that intrudes, and you need to be able to respond to changes in the field, so that what might be the best plan today doesn't work tomorrow because of conditions. Bridges out, road conditions, weather, all sorts of things. So I guess the key message here is, John, is that whilst you can plan to the nth degree, you need to be able to have that flexibility to allow for change, and the app has that in there.
Great. And so the costs associated with supporting staff in the field, such as vehicle costs and accommodation and other fuel costs, etc. Is there any impact using Field Tracker on those types of business costs?
That's a good question, because invariably many of our clients have activities which require field staff to be out for several days, which means you have the issue of, well, what is the collection of sites that I need to be able to visit in a day, and where do I stay overnight that's close to where I'm going to be the next day? As I said, it's a bit like the travelling sales problem, like what's the most efficient route to get between all these locations and still do the tasks and still have time at each end of the day, so that you're not burning the hours at one end of the day or the other. So you can do that planning back at the office and have that pushed out to the app. But as well know, the experience is a good guide here, John, is that you'll learn from this that when you've actually done a series of these, you can actually then tune that at the back end and make it continuously better and react to changes. Your sites do change.
I remember with you talking to one of the users who's very grateful that his weekends and his evenings are back, because he's reduced a couple of weeks planning for a 3 months maintenance schedule down to a couple of hours, and that's obviously an important part of the benefit of using a system like this that actually does some efficiency and planned scheduling for you or with you. Yeah. So that's important for organisations to really get better productivity, get more done, to make sure there's less errors. And the Field Tracker app that Carl and the team have created here and customised for each application, for each client, will deliver that sort of time efficiency for staff and for supervisors and those involved in planning as well. So let Carl or the team put on the gumboots and get to know how you can get really good early wins out of mobile solutions. Give them a call. Thank you.